How and why to enjoy life? The answer will definitely surprise you. In general, the subject of pleasure and what pleasure is highly twisted in people and associated with every mortal sin written in the Bible. Let's say the example of a bathhouse or sauna. Some people come to the sauna to get drunk, bring girls, engage in pleasure, but not the bathing kind, but the sexual kind, and mix these processes as if one is an integral part of the other. Or fishing. Some go fishing to catch fish, and some go to drink copious amounts of alcohol with friends. They confuse the concepts of pleasure and oblivion. The person then develops a perception that supposedly pleasure can only be obtained in this way and no other, and perceives pleasure as a kind of extreme point of the human senses. At the same time, they forget to enjoy some very simple things, and to feel this pleasure, to enjoy the process. Doesn't matter which process it is. The process could be very simple. Some people get pleasure from a massage. Some people can get pleasure from drinking cold water, and some people can't. Some people absolutely need it to be whiskey, soda, all at the same time, and with Mentos. So how do you start enjoying life? The first is to examine what constitutes pleasure for you. Let's check with Wikipedia. What is pleasure?
First of all, it says pleasure, enjoyment. Part of positive emotion, subjective experience, particularly accompanied by the fulfillment of one or more needs. Pleasure is considered part of various other mental states, such as ecstasy, euphoria, high, and flow.
According to Wikipedia, pleasure is the fulfillment of a part of physical and psychological needs. There are movements and philosophies that promote and broadcast a history of denial of pleasures, and including, for example, denial of food, asceticism, denial of sweets in order to fulfill some desire. I think that this contrast, when you give up something and take up asceticism, allows you to experience that pleasure later on. Because when you give up something for a long time, and then suddenly you reintroduce it back into your life, you can experience that flavor and that feeling much more vividly than you had before. Let's say you fly to the Maldives. Bloggers post on social networks, "Look, I'm just lying in the sun in ecstasy." Imagine yourself spending your third year there. Most likely, the turquoise water will no longer bring you joy, and the white sand will not bring you so much pleasure. What you get then is that the pleasure is not in the Maldives itself or in the turquoise water itself, but in what feelings you have right now and what you have been missing. So what is this chemistry of pleasure? How do you maintain that sense of pleasure in your life? The first is to learn to enjoy and understand what you get a sense of pleasure and satisfaction from. Maybe you experience the pleasure of taking a contrast shower, and that's what you enjoy. Or diving into a cold pool. Put it on your list of small pleasures. Maybe you experience pleasure from watching a fire. So you can, let's say, go camping in the woods with friends and make a fire in a designated area. Roast some meat and experience pleasure from that. Make yourself the biggest possible list of things to do, feelings, experiences that you enjoy, and start adding them to your life. 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15. The more ecological stimuli you find for yourself to experience pleasure from smells, feelings, exercise, relaxation, tension, cold, heat, and configurations of events, the more you incorporate them into your life, and the more pleasure overall you will have in your life. So why is it important to experience pleasure in life? Because then you will have a greater sense of joy and happiness in your life. But please identify among these pleasures those ways of obtaining them that are not ecological. There's a big difference when you experience the pleasure of getting together with friends and having 3 sips of quality alcohol versus when you don't share and you feel like you enjoy drinking 3 bottles, forgetting yourself completely, falling out of your social life. Try to take an honest look at the way you fulfill your needs, what you experience pleasure through, and whether it makes your life better or destroys it. A list of pleasures does not have to be the same as a list of deadly sins, nor does it amount to some kind of excess. Pleasure can be derived from very simple everyday life situations. It is possible to enjoy hugging your loved ones. And maybe you just miss the physical contact. Make it a part of your life to hug your family more often, your children, your parents, your husbands.
Do some conventionally material goods give me pleasure in some actions? I mean, I can do a good quality job, but you're saying that it's important to have fun for those 8 hours?
Yes.
What would be the difference? Will there be something I can touch or not?
In general, everyone is different in their structure, including the structure of their psyche. There are people who don't like to cook, and there are those who really love it. And for them, it's a kind of motivation and meditation in its own right. Different people will find enjoyment in different activities. And this is a very important point. What is your profession, and do you enjoy your work? There's no point in doing something you don't enjoy. When you get satisfaction from your work, and satisfaction in general from your activities, it directly affects the amount of your income and your well-being. If you don't like your job or the process of doing it, or the amount of reward you get for it, and don't like the people you do the work with and for whom you do the work, you won't be around long enough to keep doing the same thing. There are people who are happy to go to work, happy to do these processes, who are happy to enjoy the results of their work and enjoy the feedback from people. When they look back at what they've done, they say, "Man, what a great thing I'm doing. How awesome is that?" They get satisfaction out of it.
I'm the best.
I'm just beautiful. People sometimes only put getting pleasure in the final product, but not in the process. Then if the final product does not live up to expectations, the person gets very upset that they wasted their time for nothing, or they are some kind of failure. I made a pie. I didn't enjoy making it. Then I taste it, and it tastes burnt, raw, or not raw, risen, or not risen. The frustration is doubled. Not only I didn't like the whole thing, but at the end I wasn't even satisfied with the result. And if I enjoy cooking, if I like the process of kneading the dough, how it rises, and so on, then what does it matter if the pie burned or not, if it succeeded or not? I got incredible pleasure from the very process of making it. It's the same story with any job. You may not succeed, or the result may not live up to your expectations, and you think, well, the result is wrong, but I'll try again, because I enjoy the process. And even if it doesn't work out, I still enjoyed the process. Tell us what simple things you enjoy in your life. Inspire others to read your comments and adopt these ways of joy and pleasure. In fact, I look at all people through the prism of whether I enjoy interacting with them or not, whether I want to interact with them or not. Even the specialists who do my nails, I also choose on the principle of whether I like to interact with them or not. I'm lazy and hedonistic about it. If I'm uncomfortable with something, I'll get it redone. If I find some clothes uncomfortable, I don't wear them. In this, I cultivate my pleasure, things I enjoy and places I like. people I spend time with, what I am doing in each moment. There's a lot of resource in that. It's about whether I'm comfortable or uncomfortable. It's the same with people. There are a lot of professionals doing this or that job. But you may enjoy working with someone in particular, in some particular location, and they understand you, and you understand them, so you keep working together.
You probably didn't come to it right away. You probably weren't born to a world where you enjoy everything, especially if you were born in the post-Soviet space. Maybe there was some period where you realized, I don't want to do that.
Of course. When I was a kid, I used to eat what they cooked. You take what you got. It formed habits. What you have, enjoy it. I didn't come to this perception right away. It took a series of trainings, therapy sessions. And little by little, one step at a time, I made changes in my life and added more of what I liked and took away what I didn't like. When you fill each day with one small detail that you like more, like the pen you write with, like the laptop you watch videos from, like your phone, like your manicure. So little by little, with every little aspect of your life, as you transform it and remake it and do only the things you enjoy, your life will turn into one that you enjoy. If you want more from life than what you have, and if you have more negative things in your life than things you enjoy and get pleasure from, give this video a like. In order to improve your life, just answer these very simple questions. What do I want? A very difficult but very simple question of, what do I want? Be in touch with your desires. What do you want at each moment in time? And fulfill these desires. Add more of what you want and take away what you don't want, what is no longer relevant to you, and reproduce this process endlessly. Subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell and watch other episodes on my YouTube channel about what habits successful people have, how to change their lives. Check out the Say It and Your Life Will Change video. Below this video, I'll leave you with a link to the free podcasts and materials that I've recorded previously. There you can take the topic of relationships, money, feelings, and listen to a lot of useful and free material on these topics. Go there and find what you are interested in.